I got some Scott's Turf Builder grass seed, the high traffic mix on
that would mean so many people are walking on it a lot. It's getting a lot of use, this grass, right?
I got to tell you, I don't think people walk on it a lot. Like, because you wouldn't let people walk. And
but that's what high traffic, that's what it means, right? High traffic it's meant for that, right?
Well, Charlie SN reviewed this. He gave it 1 star. And his review starts with, seed was contaminated with weeds. I had 3 areas of my lawn that needed to be seeded. All 3 areas, and only those areas, now contain 50% of a weed I have never seen in my lawn before, nor are present in my neighborhood. Having reviewed other reviews, I see that I'm not alone. I have requested a refund and will not be buying Scott's products in the future. I guess the weeds are my problem now. Thanks.
I would have said having looked at other reviews. I wouldn't have said having reviewed other reviews.
Yeah, that's not good, right?
That's confusing syntax, Chris. That's a good call out. You're right.
But
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He could have a case. That doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility of something that could happen. Lawsuit time. Class action.
I will say that, like, if I'm Scott's, I do not give him a refund because he's never buying Scott's products again anyway. It's like,
lost the customer already.
Yeah,
fuck off.
Fuck him. Yeah.
But this guy, you know what, buddy? You put Scott's in your cart. You bought the ticket so you can take the ride. As far as I'm concerned, with the Scott's line of products.
You don't like the Scott's line of products, Jesse?
Oh no, Scott's is really great if you love filler in your grass seed. I just don't.
Jay reviewed it and said Scott products are ripping us off. Seeds still have not grown much at all in the past month, even though we have had a large amount of rainfall during the month of May here in north central Texas. All other plants are thick due to the serious amount of rainfall. What is the problem with Scott's products anymore? I use Scott's weed and feed and had the same issue with more weeds growing than grass. Yard looks horrible.
Yes, I think probably some of these people are like using, like, scapegoating them a little bit, like they're not able to care for their stuff properly and then they want to blame someone else. But if all the other stuff is growing, and we've got someone on the panel here, Jesse Farrar, who's an expert in lawn care,
doesn't like Scott's at all.
Does not like Scott's at all. So I don't know. I tend to think maybe there's something to this. Have you ever used Scott's products, and have you ever had something like this happen, Jesse?
I've definitely used Scott's products before. I wouldn't fuck with them. I mean, I think I would go to wherever you want to go to the garden center at the big box store. That's fine. You want to order something from somewhere. That's fine. Take a look at the ingredients.
What are you having if we're ordering something?
If I'm ordering some seed, well, it depends on what time of year it is, right? Depends on where you are in the U.S. Depends on what you already got in the lawn. Are you patching? Are you starting fresh? There's a lot of different ways you can go with this. You know, is this going to be a high traffic area? Then you get sucked into this Scott shit because they got the handsome man on the commercial.
DB, does he talk about this shit like just when you're hanging out or whatever?
Nonstop.
I mean, Jesse does know a lot about brands, which I admire. Actually,
you got to know about your brands. They're very important. That's what makes the American economy churn. Brands.
Yeah. Null Blocks Zachary Wilson said, Scott's just don't grow on my lawn.
Yeah.
I think my yard is blessed with the inability to grow Scott's seedlings. Now time to find something that will grow in my yard. I don't blame Scott's, as I'm sure it's not made for all types of land. So it's kind of a mature response, actually.
Well, he's taking responsibility for his fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Buying Scott's, you mean?
Buying Scott's. That's right.
This one is called Great If You Love Weeds.
I don't.
Light, fragile grass is growing from the Scott's Turf Builder seed I planted 6+ weeks ago, but nowhere near as much as I would have expected by this time. However, our weed game is now going really strong.
So this is a sort of a common thread here, that this stuff causes weeds. I mean, that's fucked.
That's the exact opposite of what you'd want.
Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe I'm not maybe if you knew about this stuff, you understood, you're like a botanist or something like that. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's because there's always going to be a risk of that. You know what I mean? Or something. Sure. I don't know.
Well, because apparently many are having this problem. It's unbelievable how many weeds are growing in the areas I put down seed. These are weeds I've never seen in our yard before. 12 plus years living in our home. It's unreal. I've used a few other grass seed products in the past and can't remember this ever occurring before, but I thought a big name brand would do the job, but apparently not. Now, see, that's where you're mistaken.
I call it Scott's crabgrass builder.
Well, there are a few. The next one is Isle of Capri, says Scott's high traffic crabgrass builder.
Yeah.
DB username spotted.
This person also did an update, and they go, "We don't have snow on the ground yet." And I was outside walking in the backyard earlier, and I realized you can't tell where any of the grass seed was laid this summer. The only thing that did grow, a ton of weeds. I pulled it as they came up, so there's zero sign of me using this product at all. All the hay laid down, all the timed waterings, just a worthless product. So, yeah, that's Scott's turf build.
Are they? Is it like? You're just reading the bad ones. Can you? I always like to ask, like, what's the stars?
I mean, most people said it's fine. This is like 1-star review. Like, most people say everything's good. And you think it's because, Chris, you did point out like that maybe it's a possibility that these companies are gaming Amazon with.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. There's no doubt about it. That happens online so much now with movie reviews and TV reviews and stuff where they're gaming it through the audience review.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't believe so.
Based on you just seem like you're just deciding to argue with me on this for no reason.
Honestly, Chris, that just doesn't hold water to me. I don't know.
What, and based on what?
Well, you sounded weird when you said it.
True. I'm
like on an audience score for for all the movies nowadays. If you look at them nowadays, they're so high. As if they're able to just get all these bots or whatever to go. I agree.
Yeah.
I think the problem with a review of these products is that there are practically infinite factors into what shit happens outside. So you see some guy going like, "Well, I fucking put it down and watered it. I don't know what the fuck." And you go like, "Man, I don't know what this guy did."
He might not. Might be no sun. You might not even have any sun hitting the. Yeah,
it's not like it's in your house either. It's like, oh, I don't know how these weeds got in here. How do you think weeds happen? Fucking some seeds blew from wherever the fuck weeds were. Like it just happens. I don't know. It's crazy. It may not have anything to do with fucking Scott. But yeah, and like birds and shit.
Those dandelion things where like you blow on them if you love somebody or something.
Those are fun.
That grows more dandelions.
Those are fun.
What the fuck? No, yeah, those are fun.
Like a toy, a nature toy.
And then they're going all over the place. Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens to the thing that you just blew on?
Turns into a dandelion.
Oh, the that part you put
it back
onto
the stem.
Put it back onto the ground. It turns into poop.
You can eat it. People eat dandelions.
Yeah,
they sell it at the grocery store.
I'm not eating poop, Brian.
Yeah, no, you'll die, but you could eat it.
I've seen somebody eat a little bit of poop in my life.
Well, we're not getting into your little.
It was a video that this guy got from somebody at work, and it made me throw up. It's one of the only times I've ever watched something that made me actually throw up. This guy, he was laying on this thing, and there was this woman above him with a toilet, and she was kind of taking a crap. And
wait, how was she above him with the toilet?
They made a thing.
Like a platform?
A platform, and there's a toilet on the platform with a hole in it, right? So it just comes out, because if you don't hook up the plumbing stuff to the toilet, then it just comes right down the bottom.
Well, if you put a man's head in there, it's really not going to be flushing at all, is it?
Well, he's laying underneath the platform, right?
Oh, so the whole toilet is above. I would just rather the woman's ass be above my head.
I agree. Was he like part of it? Was he like
he was so excited, and I was like, okay, I'll be okay.
He was the landlord. Give it another turn. Let's see what's going on. He's like the mechanic underneath the toilet. Try it again. Fire it up again.
Well, that's what eating something?
No, something's not right here.
That's what got me, DB, is like I was fucking fine seeing the turd hit the guy's face or whatever.
Sure.
Mhm.
But then when
Yeah.
he chewed on it, I was like, nope, and I ran outside. And
right.
threw up.
Because you just have to try and get it down as fast as possible. If you were
It'd be
eating
like
it,
a pill. You don't want a little
But
turd stuck on your front teeth.
don't play with it. You know what I mean?
Was there
Get it
any
over with.
chance? Was there any chance it wasn't a real poo poo and it was a fake duty of some kind?
That would be my hope, but I don't know how they would have achieved that in the that they had.
It's easier to believe that they made a fake poop than to believe
Yeah.
somebody is eating a turd.
Yeah, Jesse, I hate to break it to you, but these videos definitely exist.
Really? I just think
Definitely
if you made a fake turd and shoved it up a lady's ass and then she shitted it out onto
Yeah.
some other guy's face, I mean,
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. But I think
Guess
I think they're mostly just using. Some people can, like I think for
They don't
anyone
have
here,
time to make like a fake turd.
I don't
Yeah.
want to speak
People
for
like
everyone
money.
on the panel, but like the smell and the taste and whatnot would take me out. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But I don't think that's the case for everyone. Apparently,
I'm not Tom and Bunny when it comes to turds. You know what I mean?
no, I wouldn't be able to deal with
out.
it. I think I would be sick probably.
And I think
as
Tom
well.
and Bunny are also out. I don't think they would play with turds either. This is the
It's not for everyone.
It's not. No, it's for that one lady and one guy on the VHS tape that my friend got from a lady from work.
Oh man.
There's a lot of other gross stuff on it that I'm not going to bring up because I just talked about a guy chewing on a turd.
sure.
But it was wild. Scott's high traffic crabgrass builder. I've always trusted Scott's, but after using this product, I may need to rethink. I needed a product to quickly patch a path that the dog had run into dirt. I planted the seeds, and with much rain, the grass came up. To my sadness, it all came up as crabgrass. Not really what I expected. Sure, it covered the dirt, but it's not the best looking grass, and certainly doesn't match my bluegrass. Oh well, problem solved. I guess it's all crabgrass, literally. So
I have heard of bluegrass before.
yeah.
Is that a type of
it's
grass?
like-
I know the music, but is it a type of grass as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Blue.
It is.
It's kind of a bluish green color, Chris. I think I've told this story on something in the past, but I went to this guy's house. This girl that used to go to high school with me was really good friends with my wife, and me and her were pretty good friends for a period of time. And she was like, "You should come out and visit us." They lived way out in the suburbs, so we were like, "All right," and we went. And
how old are you? Just so I can.
22 or
So you looked like the guy that in the photos.
I look like the guy in the photos.
Sick.
I-
Okay.
But the guy didn't hold that against me at all. He's just up there. He smoked a joint with me. I remember he had a TV in every single room in the house, and I thought that was
Wow.
really neat. Like,
Yeah, it
I've
is.
seen that. But I go out, we were getting ready to leave, and he's like, "Hey man, sit down on that grass." And I was like, okay. He was like, "Feel it." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, "It feels like grass." And he was like, "This is the best grass you can buy." He was like, "I have my landscapers come out. They planted some lower quality grass, and I made them come out, rip all the sod up, and put new
Wow.
grass on it." And he was bragging about it. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Now,
okay.
Was it? Did it feel cool?
It
Like
felt
better?
so good. I'm telling you,
Oh,
I
okay.
still remember how it felt when I touched it. It was crazy.
Do you remember what kind of grass it was?
Somebody clip that.
God. I don't remember what kind. I think it looked like Kentucky bluegrass, but that's coming from a guy that doesn't know what Kentucky bluegrass really looks
And
like.
also, you're sort of you brought up the one that we just
We
mentioned.
just
Well,
talked
and you
about
also
it.
said you smoked a joint before you touched it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys would've loved
marijuana.
touching the grass. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was like as nice as you get.
Yeah, I bet you probably just about as good as the munchies that you had later on that night, right? Everything was feeling pretty good, right? Oh, this is the best. What flavor of chips are these? It's called fucking regular chips. There's no
Yeah.
flavor at all. Salt, man.